Everyone is saying that this cycle is harder than the previous ones. And let me tell you, as a crypto veteran who's on his third cycle, I completely agree with them. Back in 2017 and 2018, you could literally buy any coin and it would most likely rocket. But now it's 2024 and things are different. We can't just buy anything and expect profits this time around. Like, if you look at the stats, you'll see that only certain projects and certain sectors have been doing well, but other ones are essentially still in a bear market. So the point is that now, more than ever, you need to level up as an investor and make sure that you're on top of your game. Otherwise, if you just mess around and don't take this seriously, then you're most likely going to waste yet another cycle and end up in the same place as where you started. Now, fortunately, there is something you can do to increase your chances of success this cycle. And no, it's not to use some sponsored product, nor is it even anything you gotta pay for. But let me just tell you, I struggled a lot during prior cycles and didn't make as much money as I could because I wasn't doing this one thing and I vastly underestimated its importance. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is and how you can take advantage of it. But before we get there, we gotta talk about the problem that it's solving first. Because if you don't deeply feel this problem like I do, then you could just stop right here and end this video as it would be a waste of time for you. Anyways, the problem is that most retail investors are going at it alone and don't have the support that they truly need to succeed in their investing journeys. Now, I wanna be clear, I'm not talking about the gamblers here who just go all in on some random meme coin because an influencer posted about it. No, I'm talking about the investors who do deep research, come up with theses, create a plan, and then go execute on it. So basically the people who are taking this seriously. It's those people who struggle to find like-minded peers who can help each other out by discussing ideas, sharing opportunities, and so forth. But what's wrong with going at it alone? Like, is it really that bad? Well, if you go at it alone, then you are strongly disadvantaged in a few key ways. For example, there's just no way you can keep up with everything that you need to. This space moves so fast that even if you do deep research, it becomes outdated in a few months. And also, there's no way you can look into all the hundreds of opportunities popping up on a daily basis, even if you do this full time. That's why many people resort to following influencers or gurus to outsource some of their work. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. But we all know that influencers or gurus are often wrong, or they have ulterior motives. They just want to use you as exit liquidity, for example. So my point is, this is not a good solution. But then, what is a good solution? Well, in my mind, it's simple. The solution is to join a community of high-quality, like-minded investors who are all aligned and incentivized to help each other out. To be clear, I'm not talking about the dozens of Telegram groups or Discords out there that you may already be in. I'm in those too, and I consider those to be low quality, as they're mostly filled with noise and people who are inactive. I'm also not talking about any paid groups that are made by gurus that simply feed you signals or coins to buy, because those also run into the same issues as operating alone. Insofar as the guru and his team can only do so much in terms of research and discovering opportunities, right? They are limited by their bandwidth after all. So instead, what I'm proposing is this: a community of thousands of like-minded retail investors like you and I, who take our investing journey seriously and want to increase our chances of reaching our goals this cycle. So just imagine 1,000 of us in the same community, everything clean, well moderated, and everyone discussing, debating, and sharing ideas with one another. That would be so high signal and so valuable. Like, imagine all the opportunities you could discover there. Even one concentrated bet on the right project could be a game changer for you. And that's exactly the type of opportunity that could be floating around such a group. The whole point of this is to leverage the wisdom of the crowd, right? So the range of alpha or discussions that you get are way broader and way more up to date than what you can find elsewhere. So that must sound amazing, right? Like, everyone should want to join such a community. But does that even exist? Or is it just a pipe dream of mine? Well, let me tell you that this is exactly what some friends and I have been building for the past few months. We call it the Retail Investors DAO, and our community Discord is already up and running. We've set it up to be super clean, organized, and well moderated. But in terms of getting everyone to be super active and helpful, the idea is to introduce a token in the future to serve as the incentive mechanism for the group. A lot of this is still up in the air and depends on the broader DAO's wishes. But the idea is to have a token for membership as well as community rewards, so we can incentivize people to do stuff that helps out the DAO. So you can imagine that gamification will be a big part of this. Like if you're super active and constantly sharing alpha or discussing with others, then you'd rise up in the DAO's leaderboard and get more tokens as a result. But anyhow, I don't want to focus too much on the token in this video, as that would come later anyways, and we already have this Discord up and running without one. And even beyond the token, I want this group to be so valuable that you can find others who are still active and sharing opportunities during a bear market when other groups are essentially ghost towns. That is the ultimate vision and goal of this group. So like I said, our Discord is already live and you can join right now as an early participant. It's completely free, no need to buy anything at all. When you enter, you can read the start here and information channels briefly, but where you really want to go to is called the Alpha Zone, as that's where all the alpha is. In the news chat, you can chat with fellow members on the latest news or whatever interests you. It's like a Telegram channel essentially. In the Alpha Forum, this is where you can read and write individual pieces of alpha, whether it's about a project, thesis, trend, or even sector. Think of it like a Reddit forum, but more focused on high quality pieces of alpha without all the noise or spam. In the research library, that's for all you researchers out there that want a really well organized place to look at all the alpha/research surrounding each project. And that's pretty much it. Just a few channels to start off with to keep things clean and simple. But it already has a bunch of gold in there, so when you get in there, I highly suggest you dive in and start reading/adding your own alpha. After all, like I said, there's no token currently, this all works without one, but if the DAO ends up launching a retail DAO token, then it stands to reason that anyone who is active and contributing will stand to benefit in some way, shape, or form, and if you're just there to lurk, then you may get some rewards, but it's not going to be as much as those who are active. So if you're still with me at this point and want to join, then go fill out our super short form. I'll include it in the description below, and we'll email you a few days later with the link to join. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see you around. We're building a home for all retail investors who don't currently have one. See ya.